What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the live stream. Give me a 1-2-1-2 if you can hear me and everything sounds good. We'll get started here in a minute or so. Okay, so we're going to take a quick look at BTC. Is this only about... No, recommend any coins, man. It's an open floor. If there's any coins that you'd like charted, post them in the chat and we'll chart them up live. That's what today is. Let's look at some coins tonight, guys. But we're just going to jump into Bitcoin real quick. Not a lot going on since the big capitulation. We've pretty much been consolidating between the 618 main support, 618-786 area. You can see we did try to break over the 618 earlier on the 26th earlier today and got rejected, and we're starting to tail back down. RSI is gradually building up. MACD is pretty much flatlined as well. So there's two different scenarios I see for Bitcoin. Either we're heading back down to the main support at 20,000, or we're gonna get a bounce here and head up to this resistance area. Personally, I'm hoping for a drop back down. There's more coins that I need to load up on, but if we're just going off the TAs right here, I could definitely see a drop down to around 20.5 for a bounce up to 22,333. I mean, we were talking about in the Discord what everyone's thoughts were on Bitcoin and whatnot. Personally, this is what I'm looking for right here. This is where I have some buy orders in now. If Bitcoin goes back down to around 20,000, I'm gonna be buying up some coins. But as of right now, since the 19th of June, we've just been consolidating between the 618, 786. So something like this could definitely be at play. Or if we start working our way back up and break above the 618, the next step is 22,332. But all of it added up, I do think we do top out at 22,300 area before we have a retracement back down. The RSI would be overbought, or not overbought, it'd be pretty high in my opinion, and we just need to cool down and have some relief before we start taking back off again. Well, that's just my short-term prediction on Bitcoin. CNS. Well, thanks, man. Thank you. So let's start the first coin tonight. First coin, we'll jump in to CNS. Ooh, did I do that on Dex? Oh, I did do it on here. Okay, so I'm gonna clean this up. We're gonna start fresh. So just looking at the 4-hour time frame right now, the RSI is massively overbought up to the 78. It's saying, hey, this might be a good time to take some profit. If we take a closer look at the MACD down here, the MACD is starting to tail down as well. You can see we had that green peak right here, and the candles are starting to drag back down, similar to back here on June 10th. I'd be very hesitant on buying in right now, especially with the RSI so high. I think we're gonna be seeing some retracement. Let's draw a fib on this and try to dissect it a little bit. Yeah, so we wicked up to the 382 right here. Let me see if I can make this a little bit larger. So we wicked up to the 382 and had this huge wick all the way up to the 0 right here, but we pretty much got stopped at the 382 at the top of this resistance channel at 350, and had a massive sell-off right here. So for the short term right now, with it still falling like this and the RSI being so high, I'd be keeping an eye on these. There's two different support areas that we have to keep an eye on for CNS. The first stop is the 618 right here at 308. If the 308 doesn't hold, I believe we're going down to the 786 at 282, and that will hold. More likely than not, I would put my money on going down to the 786 at 283. You're just massively overbought right now, and you need to cool down. Right now, you're running on fumes, and when you start running on fumes, and you run out completely, you start having this heavy free fall, which we're seeing right now with that big red candle. So for the short term, there's two different support areas that we need to keep an eye on for this coin. First one's the 618 at 308. That could be our bounce point, but I don't think we're going to be stopping at the 318. I think we're going to be heading down to the 786. That would reset the RSI back down to around 50. The MACD would play out back down here, and then we could have another bounce from there and a run up. So personally, I wouldn't be buying this coin right now. I'd be waiting for a retracement on it. So that's on the 4 hour. Let's see how this thing's doing on the day. So if we zoom out and take a longer look at this thing, pretty much initiated on October 20th. Only touched the 30 at the RSI once, but this is the lowest it looks like it's ever been on the 1 day. Jump back to the 1 hour real quick. Yeah, so even on the 1 hour compared to the 4 hour, it's showing another support area. So there's two different areas that I think we're retracing to. Personally, I think we're going down to 281, but it does have a main support at 298, which is 300 even. So for C and S, I do think we will have a retracement back down here to the 786 main support at 281. Because even on the RSI on the 1 hour, it's massively overbought. You can see that we're actually flatlined at the top. And it's just flashing red saying, hey, take profit, take profit. So for CNS, I'd be keeping an eye on approximately a 10% retracement max or minimum or maximum before we start moving back up. So with that, I'm going to jump into quant real quick. I haven't looked at quant yet today. Lots of scribbles on quant. So quant on the 4 hour, I'm looking to pick up 50, like around $50 to $52 quant. I'm trying to pick up quant down here at this main support area. If we, since June 18th, we've been taking off, having this ladder up effect, making higher highs and higher lows, and it's still in effect right now, but we're kind of getting stuttered stepped right here and having a difficult time getting over this area of $65. RSI is almost overbought right now, and MACD is about ready to flip bearish. So I think we will be seeing some sort of downwards movement for quant the start of this week right here. I'm going to draw a fib on it and try to dissect it. I personally have a buy-in order at 52 quant, at 51.50 actually. So right now, the 382 main support, this is our lifeline right now for quant for a continuation higher. We need to bounce off the $60 range and continue higher for quant. If we continue to just bounce around up here, we are going to lose fuel and drop back down here. And that's what I'm banking on right here. You can see we were making massive gains and higher highs, but right here we wicked up and tested this 236 a second time, and eventually we're going to be overbought, and that's going to be when we break through the support channel 382 and head back down to the 618. And this is where I have my buy-in order as the 618 main support down here. I'm looking to pick up a couple quant there. I actually had it at $50 to begin with, because I'm hoping that once it hits here, I'd catch a wick. I like catching the wicks, you know, at the lowest price possible. But I do think once we get down to $52 quant, we will see a bounce up from there. But I'm holding out for a lower price for a buy-in for quant. So that is the 4 hour chart. Let's see if the 1 hour chart validates that. Yeah, so the 1 hour chart validates that as well. You can see we've been bouncing off the 318, then you have a main support down here at 57, and then you have the area that I'm looking to buy more quant at, which is the 618 $52 range. So I'm looking to pick up quant right here. I think this is going to be the case on the short term though, bouncing around at the 236 and then gradually falling back down here. You can see on the 1 hour, the RSI is massively overbought, saying, hey, it's a good time to take profit. MACD just flipped bearish as well, so some downwards movement would be inevitable. So I think this week is when quant will start dropping down a little bit. Not saying it's going to drop down to $52 this week, but I do think we will be seeing some downwards movement for quant this week. Not a whole lot to begin with. Approximately, I'd be looking for a 4% drop to this support and then laddering down these supports until you get to the $52 on quant. So with that, I got a request to do SHIB. So let's jump into SHIB. What has SHIB been up to lately? Okay, so SHIB right now is actually on a main support right here. This is your lifeline right now for SHIB. You're at, what are you at right now? 1105. So 1105 is what we need to stay above in order for continuations on SHIB. If we fall below 1105, our next stop will most likely be 1042, it looks like. So right here, this green line is your lifeline right now. We're currently testing it right now. So we can't break below that. If we break below that, then we're going to start seeing some downwards movement for SHIB. SHIB has been looking great since June 18th. I mean, if you bought in on June 18th and held until now, you'd be approximately up. Oh, that's a fib. You would be up, let's see, 69%. That's not bad. That's not bad at all for less than 10 days of holding the coin. So that's the 1 hour chart. Let's jump over to the 4 hour real quick and take a look. Yeah, same scenario on the 4 hour. I'd be keeping an eye on a retracement. It doesn't have that support channel as the 1 hour does. It's starting to fall down. Retracement like this is actually healthy for SHIB. You can see we're currently overbought right now with the red on the RSI, and the MACD did just flip bearish, and the MACD is actually pretty high as well. So our retracement back down to the 382. Sorry about that. 382 is what I think SHIB's going to be doing, and that would still maintain its bullish momentum, because you can see you had a high here, and a lower high, then a high, then a lower, a higher high, then a continuation higher. I think that'll be the case for SHIB. So just to reiterate, you had a high here, and you made a low, then you had a higher high, then a higher low, then a higher high, and then I do think we will be retracing to the 382 at 1014 area on SHIB, and I think that'll be the bounce point for another higher high if it continues the pattern that it's in right now. But just looking at the indicators, we are overbought on the RSI. MACD just flipped bearish, so it's saying, hey, we're going to be having some downwards movement, and we definitely need to come down on the RSI. We're running on fumes right now, and if we run on fumes forever, we start free falling, and you do not want to free fall. So a retracement would actually be more beneficial than trying to continue up for SHIB right now. So I'm personally thinking we're going to be heading down here to the 382 at pretty much 1,000 even before we see a bounce back up. So let's keep an eye on a drop of approximately 8%. Yeah, I can definitely see that happening for SHIB. So an 8% drop and then a bounce from there for a continuation back up. So if I wanted to pick up more SHIB right now, I'd honestly wait. I do think it is going to be retracing at least 8% before we start moving back up. Let's look at some Paribus. I own quite a bit of Paribus. I believe in this coin long term. It's pretty dang cheap right now. Let me take a look at it real quick. So PBX is down 2.7% at 0021, 10 billion max supply, almost 3 billion in circulation, and a really small market cap of only 6 million. Had an all-time high of 4 cents 8 months ago. All-time low was 1 month ago. Currently available on KuCoin and the following exchanges down here. So for PBX right now, we've pretty much just been consolidating sideways, and consolidation is a bullish thing. It just means people are willing to accumulate that coin at the same price for a very long period of time, and eventually all the coins at that price range are going to be bought out, and there's no other room for the coin to go but up. So in the short term though, let's just dive in and take a little short-term look at PBX. So we're going to zoom in a little bit closer. So we actually wicked all the way back down to the 618. We haven't reached the 618 with a hard candle yet. We're currently working our way back down. RSI is pretty much sideways. I currently think PBX is going to be heading down to around 002 even, and then a continuation up to test this bottom of the resistance channel. And we're just going to continue doing this consolidation sideways until Bitcoin starts moving higher. These small market cap coins, they either make it or break it. I mean, they can moon in any moment. Paribus actually has good utility behind it that they're working on. I suggest you guys do your own research on Paribus, but I own a large bag of Paribus, and it's going to be one of my long-term holds. It came out September of last year, and it's launched on the Cardano blockchain. Actually, the first video I ever made on my channel was of Paribus. But in the short term, I do think we will be heading down to approximately the 786 before we continue higher to test this resistance channel of Paribus. So I will probably put a buy-in order down here at 00. Well, let's see. If we head down to the 786, it'll be 1988. And if we wick below that, I might put a buy-in order at 0019. Try to catch that. That is pretty near this main support area. So if we come down here and see a wick down to the support, then I'll be able to get some bags filled. So I'm going to put a buy-in order. I'm going to write this down real quick. 0019. That's where I'm going to try to pick up some more Paribus. I can definitely see that happening. So that would approximately be from the candle top down there, a 9% drop on PBX. And I think from there we'll start working our way back up. I think we just need to have one more capitulation on PBX before we move higher. So I'm going to try to hit this main support just above it at 0019. Next, we're going to look at my Moonshot Gamble coin. If you guys have any coins you'd like me to chart, just post them in the comments. Make sure you smash that like button too. It really helps out the YouTube algorithm and all that. Helps the channel grow. So this is my Moonshot Gamble coin. Definitely could go to zero very quick, as much as it could go and do 100x. So be very cautious on buying in a coin like this. Do your own research. Have your own risk tolerance. I don't suggest anyone buying something like this unless they have extra funds on the side, because this can easily go to zero. 188 million coins total with only 30 million in circulation. So not a lot of coins in circulation. And look at this market cap, only 514,000. So there's not a large market cap at all. So a moonshot with this coin is definitely possible. It's a moonshot gamble. We're down 7% at 0.16. The all-time high in this coin is 52 cents 7 months ago. The all-time low was 8 days ago. And the cool part that I like about this coin is they have not put many coins in circulation. You can see compared to the price and market cap, since November 2021, they haven't put any coins in circulation. So they're not diluting the market cap. So if they put more coins in circulation, it would be harder to reach that 50-cent price. During the next bull run, if this coin makes it, I could easily see this going to $1. Easily, if it survives this bear market. They're doing some pretty cool stuff too. I suggest you guys do your research on that. And the market cap's just stupid low, and the 24 trading volume is crazy low too. So just be very cautious on coins like this. Know your own risk tolerance, but no risk, no reward, in my personal opinion. It's available to pick up on KuCoin and then the swap. So I would suggest, if you guys are interested, looking on KuCoin. So this is my Moonshot Gamble coin. I don't go out of my way to invest in this coin. I just put fun money that if I end up losing it, I won't be too upset about it. But definitely risky. So as of right now, if we go to the bottom to the very top here from June 7th, you can see we are constantly getting rejected at the 618 right here. So if I have to be realistic, which I am going to be, I do think Haka will be going down to around 1.5 to test the 786 area. You can see the MACD just started flipping bearish. RSI is actually pretty high for a small cap coin like this, and that would actually be beneficial for this coin. You can see since June 18th we've been making higher highs, and this would actually validate the higher lows, and we can start working our way up higher for Haka. As of right now, all my Haka staked on KuCoin for 60 days, earning 60% APR. But on the short term, I'd be keeping an eye on a drop down to the 786 at 1.5. We could actually go all the way down to the main support area and still be bullish on this coin on the short term, because that would be a higher low. So there's two different areas that we need to keep an eye on. I do think we will be retracing somewhat for Haka. The first area is 156 at the 786 here. If we do break below that, I do think this main support would definitely hold at 0.14. That would still keep this higher high and higher low in check, and a continuation like that I could definitely see happening for Haka. So short term, it doesn't look very good, but longer term, I believe it could possibly make you some money. So 5% drop minimum all the way down to a 12% to this main support area. So if you're looking to pick up some, I would be keeping an eye on the 786 at 1.5 and then the main support area at 1.4. So I don't think this coin's going to be breaking above the 618 until we have that capitulation down here. When INV moves, INV. Let's take a look at INV. Inverse Finance is down 0% today, so that's actually not bad. I mean, same price. At $88.47. Max Supply is Infinite. I'd be very careful on Infinite Max Supply coins. Not comparing this to Terra whatsoever, but Terra was an Infinite Supply too, and you saw what happened once they started going south. They just unloaded a massive amount of coins in circulation, which diluted the market cap dramatically. Not saying that this is going to happen to Inverse Finance, but Max Supply is always something to take in consideration. As of right now, extremely low amount of coins are in circulation, only 132 million with, or 132,000 with an 11.7 million market cap. So a really small market cap too for such a high price. And the all-time high was 1 year ago at $2,000 and $2,000. All-time low was $67 8 days ago. If you look at the max and compare the market cap, we can see they put more coins in circulation. Sorry about that. Put more coins in circulation all the way up until October 2021, and they have not put any in since. Looks like they actually did a little burn back here. So let's get into the TA on Inverse Finance. So Inverse Finance right now, just looking at it, I'd be looking for a drop down. MACD is about ready to flip bearish. RSI is tailing back down as well, but let's see if we can draw some fibs on here to validate it. Yeah, so as of right now, we're testing the 0.5 right here with this green candle. The next candle starts in approximately 7 minutes. So if the next candle's green, oh, actually we do have a candle next to it which is green, but it's below that. So the next candle does start in 7 minutes. If the next candle's green, we will be battling it out at this $88 range. But just looking at the TA and the indicators, I'd be keeping an eye on the 618. This line right here is your lifeline for continuation higher, because you don't want to fall below this lowest low right here that you recently had at 82. So this would have to be your bounce point for a chance to go higher on Inverse Finance. So there's two different areas. Write this down on a sticky note and slap it on your forehead so you don't forget these prices. I'd be keeping an eye on a drop down to $84. I do think we will be testing $84 out. That's the 618. If we don't get a bounce at $84, I think $80, $79, $80 is going to be the bottom before we have a bounce, which is this main support. You have a main support with a pretty thick support channel within there. So this is a nice chunk of support down here. So I do think we are heading down for the short term for Inverse Finance. And those are the two areas that you really need to keep an eye on. The 618 at $84 and the main support at $79.84. So our first drop would bring us down approximately 4%, and then inevitably around a 9% drop, and then a continuation up from there. I wouldn't put it past this coin retracing back to 80. That would actually be beneficial for this coin. It would reset the RSI, the MACD would have its bullish scenario play or bearish scenario play out, and then we can start talking about laddering up. The lower the RSI, and as soon as this flips bullish, then that gives you a lot of room to run up. We just need to come down, fuel our ship up, pick up some more people, stop by the Moon Juice factory real quick, and then have our takeoff. So I personally think we are heading back down to $80. Might have some sort of bounce right here at 84, but I don't think it'll be big. I think we're just gonna be heading back down to $80 before we continue higher on Inverse Finance. But I mean, do your own research and stuff, because I could definitely be wrong. You do have a lot of room to go on the RSI to be oversold, and this thing does look like it randomly pops for no reason whatsoever. But you guys are rarely this high on the RSI without a massive retracement. I mean, if we zoom out and take a look at the RSI, you guys haven't been this high in a very long time, and usually when you are, you retrace back down to a minimum of 36, which would actually validate a retracement back down to this main support at $79. So let's go back down, fuel up our ship, pick up some Moon Juice, and then talk about taking back off and trying to tackle this main resistance at 110. That still would put us in an upwards bullish momentum, I guess you could say, if you want to start talking bullish. Since June 18th, if it went down there and hit that, it would just be a gradual buildup. So I'll try to give you some hopium here. A bounce like this and a continuation up. But short term, I do think we are heading down for Inverse Finance. So XODEX, what is that? Let's see. Exodex. Oops, there we go. Up 5% at 0093, 10 billion max supply, question mark circulation, question mark market cap. All-time high of 001 1 month ago, all-time low. So this came out last month. So I don't know if I'll be able to find a very good chart on this, since it's pretty much just on the swaps. We can try it though. Yeah, man, I can't find a chart on it. Sorry. No chart can be found. So UOS. So Ultra's down 4.9% at 27 cents. Total supply of 1,270,000,000 in circulation. Pretty small market cap of only 75 million. All-time high was 249 7 months ago. All-time low was 3 years ago. So this coin's been out for a while. Imagine buying in at 2 cents 3 years ago and riding it all the way up to 249. It looks like this coin is currently available on KuCoin, or actually Uniswap's be the largest user of this coin, followed by KuCoin, Ascendex, then Bitfinex. So we're gonna look at the KuCoin chart. Now let's check the Bitfinex actually. So just judging it by the MACD right now, it looks like we're about ready to flip bullish. RSI is pretty high though, and if we just take a look at the RSI in the past history, since April we usually hit around 55 and then retrace. Not saying we can't go above it, but let's draw a fib on this and try to dissect it a little bit. Yeah, so UOS right now is bouncing off the 0.5. I'll make this a little bit bigger so we can see it. So we're currently heading down to the 0.5. We haven't hit it quite yet. I'd be keeping an eye on this 0.5 personally. I don't think that is going to hold. I think we're gonna be heading down to the 618 down here at 26 cents, and then that will be our bounce point for continuation back up to the 382. This would be the, even though I said this might be bullish, you can see we've just been moving sideways. We've been bouncing between bullish and bearish, but not largely. So a retracement back down to the 618 would most likely be the scenario that I would bank on. If I was trying to buy this coin, I'd probably put one in at 618. RSI is at 53, so a movement down is definitely has room to happen, and then a continuation back up. So I'd be keeping an eye on a pullback to the 618 for UOS at 26 cents, and then a bounce from there. If we do happen to get some bad news and UOS does fall below the 618, it's gonna be a nasty fall back down to 24. So you have two main areas that you need to keep an eye on for this coin on its retracement: the 618 area at 2618, and then if it breaks below that, your next stop would be 24.5. So short-term retracement will be 5%. Long-term retracement, if the 618 doesn't hold, will be a 12% retracement. On the short term though, I do think we will be retracing before we continue on this coin. I think a lot of coins are going to be seeing a slight retracement before a continuation higher. A lot of coins had a nice decent rally here, so eventually the coins will have to cool down after their rally. Even though they're not massive rallies, they are rallies, and rallies in a bear market aren't as dramatic as they are in a bull run. So let's just keep an eye on a retracement to the 618 at 26, and then we'll assess the situation at that time once we reach this area. I personally don't think this 0.5 will hold. I think this is the case right here for UOS. So XDC. XDC network down 1.8 at 2 cents. Large total supply of 37 billion, 12 billion in circulation. Pretty large market cap of 354 million. All-time high was 19 cents 10 months ago. All-time low was 3 years ago. I don't think we'll ever hit these low prices again, just judging by the amount of coins in circulation. I'm guessing they put a lot more coins in circulation from 3 years ago till now, which is the case. But that's crazy. Imagine buying in 3 years ago and holding. That just shows you the power of hodling, man. Even though we're in a bear market right now, if you just hold, I mean, 3 years ago, getting in at this price and then selling at 19 cents, that's 7,253% gain you could have. So let's get into the TA. So there's the larger fib right there. 786 is what we need to get over. Currently bouncing off the support right here, working our way back up. We actually look like we're about ready to pop. This coin isn't looking that bad, honestly, right now. So I'd be keeping an eye on this coin. I do think we will be seeing some sort of movement on this in the next, this week, it looks like. So think of consolidation like a spring. You start coiling up and you get tighter and tighter and tighter. And then once you start getting really tight like this, you have all that energy built up, and the energy can go two ways, either a large movement up or a capitulation. Just judging by the MACD just started flipping bullish, and the RSI is pretty low and starting to tail up. So I'd be keeping an eye on a movement up to approximately 3.2 cents for this coin. I do think we will be testing this resistance out. I don't think we're going to be heading down to this main support down here at 2.7. I think we're going to see some decent movement on this coin in the next day to this week. Approximately 9% up to the 382 at 16% up. So this coin's looking bullish on the short term, in my opinion. Take that for what it is. Do your own research. That's not financial advice, but this coin does look like it's going to be heading up to around these areas. At least topping out the 382 or at least the 618 up here. I do think we are heading this way for XDC. Hey, what's up, Zgoth? Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, so all the coins we've charted so far today, XDC looks like it's going to be moving to the upside compared to the other 3 or 4 that I charted already. Hey, what's up, Beanbag? Oh, okay. So we did Paribus, we did some other coins, we did PBX, Haka. Couldn't do XODEX, there wasn't a chart. Spell recently popped. I have no idea why. Yeah, I said to be retracing to the 50% area, and I still think that's the case for Spell. We're currently going up the test of 382 right now. RSI still massively oversold. MACD is still tailing down to the bearish scenario, so I do think a test to the 5 will be the next stop, and then inevitably bouncing back down to the 618 down here. So I don't think Spell's going to be making another leg up, unfortunately. I think if you're looking to make a quick flip on Spell, it already happened. You would have had to get in on the 25th. Because like I said in the TA, the people who bought in at the bottom right here took their profits up here, and the people who bought in up here, once they started seeing the price fall, started panic selling. They didn't want to lose a lot of money, and that's the retracement that we're seeing right now. And then you have the people who bought in at the 50% mark, or 50% mark, which is this 0.5. So they're either a little in profit or they're a little below profit right now, and they're just hoping for the coin to either take off or retrace a little bit. And that's what we're going to see here. Normally when you have runs like this, it retraces back down to the 50% area, and you'll find that for a lot of coins, if not all the coins that have massive run-ups like this. And then the price will start being stagnant right here for a while until the people who bought in out back here are like, I'm not making money, or people are like, I'm going to cut my losses on this and try my next play. And that's where you'll see the slow bleed out back down to the 618. So I do think Spell is heading back down to the 618 at 0009, unfortunately, especially by these indicators still being massively overbought. That's on the 4 hour. We can jump to the 1 hour. Yeah, even on the 1 hour, it's off the charts. It's straight flatlined. Yeah. So Spell's looking bearish. I wouldn't touch it right now. Yeah, I did Quant Zgoth. It was the second coin I did. I think we're going to be seeing some bearish movement for Quant this week. Hopefully I get that $52 Quant that I'm looking for. But I guess we'll find out tomorrow. Usually Monday's pretty wild. So we're taking a quick look at Jasmine. I haven't looked at Jasmine in a long time. So what is happening with Jasmine? So Jasmine's actually been moving up since the 18th. Would have bought in on the 18th and held till the top, you would have made 37%. I mean, not crazy gains, but gains are gains at this point, right? Currently having a difficult time getting over this resistance at 1 cent. So you can see we tried to get over it once, actually had a green candle above it, but instantly got rejected. If we draw a fib on this bad boy, oh man, we actually just fell below the 382 as well. I think Jasmy's going to be looking for a move to the downside here. This 0.5 has to hold for a continuation higher at 0094, but the 0.5 doesn't act as great support as you can tell in the past. The 618 does. So I do think we will be coming back down to the 618 at 009, and then we'll assess the situation at that time. For Jasmy, with the RSI being this high, and if you've been watching Jasmy for a while, we've pretty much been peaking up here. If you just look in the past, we peaked right there, peaked right there, peaked right here. And then we tend to have a retracement back down to around 36, which would validate that movement down to the 618 down here at 0091. And then we'll assess the situation at that time. We're just having a very, very difficult time getting back over 1 cent for Jasmy this entire month of June. So I'd be keeping an eye on approximately a 6% drop on Jasmy, and then we'll assess the situation. Then if we have bad news bear scenario, you have a 786 down here, which is 11%. Not saying it's going down there. I think the 618 will hold once we head down here, but we'll just have to keep an eye on it. I haven't bought ADA in a very, very long time. I was actually hoping to pick up some more. I was kind of hoping that it would have fell a lot more so I could pick up more and just toss it on my ledger. I don't talk about it much. It's just one of those coins that I have that I just have staked and, you know, toss on the ledger and forget about it. Short term, let's zoom this chart in a little bit for Cardano. Cardano currently bounced at the 382 right here at 49 cents. RSI is tailing up. MACD did just have a bearish flip though. Personally, we are still bullish. We have been making higher highs and higher lows since the 19th of June. You see the low here, we had a high and then a higher low. Yeah, I guess we didn't really get a higher high here, did we? But inevitably though, we are bouncing off this 382. So there's two different scenarios for this that I could be seeing right now. We could either be having a scenario where we're going to get overbought, which would bring us up to this resistance area right here at 54 cents. If we headed up that high, I think that would definitely be the peak for Cardano before we had a retracement. Definitely with where the RSI is right now. So we do have room to go up, but not a whole lot of room. So I would personally, if I was an ADA holder, it'd be more beneficial for this coin to retrace and pick up some more moon juice before we head a little bit higher. So this is all dependent on this 382, which we currently bounced off of. If we end up breaking below that, we do have a support here at 47 cents. But I think what would happen is we'd actually break below that with a wick and we'd be testing out the 618 down here at 46 even. We do have a really thick support area down here though. So if we head down there, just remember there's a lot of support, which is why it's very hard for Cardano to fall below 43 cents. Even when we capitulated super big on Bitcoin, we had a wick all the way down to 38 cents, but we didn't even hard candle below this main support right here at 43 cents. So it's a great support for us. You can see the top of the support channel held here, wick down to that support here. Oh, we'd hard candled to it back here on the 18th and did not break below that. So this channel right here is your lifeline. It's held up great in the past. But for the short term, I would be keeping an eye on this main support at 47 cents. And then if I wanted to pick up ADA, I'd probably put a buy in order at the 618 at 46 cents. That's not financial advice. That's just what I would do if I wanted to pick up more ADA. Because inevitably, I do think we will be heading back down to reset the RSI and the MACD. And the reset would most likely be around this main support 618 area on Cardano. I have not done Casper. Have I done Casper? I don't know. Well, let's take a look at it. Casper down 4% at 2.9 cents, 10 billion, almost 11 billion total supply, 5 billion in circulation, 154 million market cap. All-time high was 133 a year ago. All-time low was 8 days ago. It's always fun to buy coins at their all-time low. You can be like, hey, I bought that at the lowest price it's ever been. If we look at the max and compare it to the market cap, they put a crazy amount of coins in circulation on June 21st. So I think it's gonna be very, very difficult to get back to $1.33 because there was such little supply of coins in circulation. You can see that was pretty much the initial coin launch and then everyone sold it. And then they put a bunch of coins in circulation right here, which shows the market cap just exploding compared to the price. So inevitably you want the price to follow the market cap, which shows that they have been putting more coins in circulation during their lifespan. But when you see a price low like this and the market cap high like this, that means they dumped a lot of coins. So it's going to be very, very, very difficult to reach these all-time high prices on this coin again. This coin is currently available on the following exchanges down here. Okay, so just looking at it without drawing fibs, we did touch into the overbought category and we started our retracement back down on the RSI. The MACD did just flip bearish as well soon after the RSI was in the overbought. So it's looking like we're going to be seeing some sort of retracement on Casper here. We did start our bullish movement on the MACD, and the RSI is still pretty much overbought in my personal opinion. If we zoom out and look at the RSI, we have not been this high since April 2022. So back here before we started that massive downtrend. So I'd be keeping an eye on a pullback for Casper, and that's without drawing any fibs right now. So let's draw some fibs and see what support areas we can find here. So for Casper right now, we're currently holding up at the 236 at pretty much 2.9 cents. Just judging by the RSI and the MACD, I'd be keeping an eye on these actually two major areas. I don't think we're heading back down to the 786, so I think 2.4 cents is out of the scenario, so I don't think we're heading there. I think the worst case scenario for Casper would be 25 cents. Now we have two areas which I think we're going to be retracing to. Our first main test on the retracement is going to be the 382 right here at 28 cents, which I do think we are going to be heading down here. I'd be keeping an eye on approximately that's a 4.5% to 5% drop. And once we hit the 382, I do think we will find some sort of support there, but I don't think it's going to be enough to shoot us back up because the RSI would still be pretty high in my opinion, and the MACD still has room to grow on its bearish scenario. The only thing that's hopeful is hopefully it's a slight fake out like we had back here. Hopefully it's just a couple red candles and a continuation higher. You can see since the 18th we have been making some higher highs and higher lows, and that would still validate that higher high, higher low scenario that we've been in since the 18th of June. If we did fall below this 382, I think the next stop would be the 618 down here at 26, which would be actually pretty bad because then it would invalidate the slight bullish momentum we've had since the 18th of June. So the price that you should write on a sticky note and slap on your forehead so you don't forget it is 28.2 cents. I think that is our first stop on this retracement, and that if we bounce from there, a continuation back up will be the case, but I don't think we would continue up that much higher just because the RSI and the MACD are just so RSI is just so overbought. So for Casper, I'm calling a drop down to the 382, a slight bounce consolidation, then a drop back down to 26 cents, and then a continuation period. This is the worst case scenario in my opinion. Not saying it's going down there, I'm just giving you the worst case scenario, and it's all dependent on this 382 scenario. I do think we are dropping down to the 382, and if that acts as a support and we continue higher from there, so be it. But we haven't been this high on the RSI for a very long time. And the last time I worry had some pretty large drops from there. So just to reiterate, we did just flip bearish on the MACD. RSI was overbought and it's starting its retracement back down. So that's why I'm saying the price is going to be dropping down to the 382 first, and then if that doesn't hold, I'd be keeping an eye at the 618 at around 25 to 26 cents for Casper. Just we got rejected too many times at 3.1. So what coins were ripping today? Were there any coins that took off today? Let's see. So on the 24-hour, the top 100, Doge actually, out of the top 100 coins, Doge was the highest runner today, up 9.9, followed by Ape, and then ETH, Classic. So there wasn't a lot of movement today, which wasn't surprising because Bitcoin really didn't do much today either. Bitcoin's pretty much been the same price the last couple days. Yeah, so Doge actually was the big mover today on the top 100. So let's look at, I know some people were still looking at Zilliqa. So Zilliqa's down 8.3% at 0.4, 21 billion total, 14 billion circulating, 664 million market cap. All-time high was a year ago at 25, all-time low was 2 years ago at 0.002. Man, Zilliqa's been hovering in that overbought category for a while, it looks like. So that's the 4. I'm just gonna look at the 1 hour real quick. Dang. So if we just go off the 1 hour right now, we'll go off the 1 hour, then we'll do the 4 hour real quick. So if we go to the bottom here to the top here, briefly broke below the 236, trying to get back over it, but getting rejected at the 236, which isn't a good scenario because the 236 isn't really a main support area. So for Zilliqa, we can't fall below this main support at 0.004. You can see we wicked below it here. We can't even wick below it. You've been having this ladder up effect since the 18th of June, making higher highs and higher lows. And if we did fall below this main support at 0.004, that would invalidate this entire bullish movement that we've had. We've already invalidated the uptrend, so that's not good, guys. So we have to get back above this in order for a continuation. If not, we're going to be retracing to the 382 at 4.3, and then we'll assess the situation. So that's the 1 hour chart. Let's look at the 4 hours, see if that tells us something different. So in the 4 hour, we actually bounced off the main support. The 4 hours main support's at 4.5 cents. So we did bounce off that. We still are below this uptrend. So we're having a difficult time getting back over this uptrend area. If we don't get back above this, I believe we're going to be seeing a large retracement for Zilliqa. The RSI is overbought. MACD did flip bearish. We fell below our uptrend. We're currently having a difficult time getting back over it. So I don't think the support's going to be holding. This next coin, or the next candle, starts in approximately 3 hours and 40 minutes. So this candle has 3 hours and 40 minutes to try to overtake this and get back above this uptrend. If we don't, I do think our next stop would be the 382 down here at 4.3, and then inevitably I do think we would be falling back down to the 618. Just judging by how high this RSI is. This is the definition of running on fumes right here. You've been running on fumes since the 24th, so a couple days now without having a retracement to fuel back up or get some moon juice. And once you start running out of fumes, it's a straight free fall. It's not a gradual fall either, so I'd be keeping an eye on it. I think we're going to be seeing some decent sized movement to the downside on Zilliqa. Approximately an 18% this week. By the middle of this week, if we don't get back over this. So might not be a bad shorting opportunity. So I'm going to call it. Zilliqa's going back down to 3.8. First stop will be the 382 right here, but I think we're going back down to 3.8 cents to reset the RSI. So Zilliqa's not looking bullish. So what other coins are we looking at tonight? What are some other coins? Let's just pick one real quick. So this is a coin I forgot I actually owned. I had this staked in my IOPay wallet. I was looking through all my portfolios and stuff like that, and I was like, IOPay wallet. I was like, oh yeah, I have IoTech staked on there. I've had it staked on there for a long time. Totally forgot I even had it. But the Internet of Things. Whoops. They actually use IoTech's technology on Navy ships for medical reasons. It's pretty cool. If you look into IoTech, they actually have real use cases out right now, and they actually have hardware that they're using right now and everything. So IoTech is actually used out there right now. It's pretty cool. The thing about Iotex is, you know, when they have recalls on like salmonella for lettuce and stuff like that, and they throw all the lettuce, so say it's romaine lettuce, they don't know what farm it came from, so they have to throw all the romaine lettuce away, and that is, you know, wasteful. And there's a lot of good lettuce that they're throwing away. With the Internet of Things, what they're doing on top of other things is they'd be able to identify, like say the package with the salmonella, they'd be able to identify and retrace that all the way back to the farm that lettuce was grown from. I mean, you can do that right now, but it would take several days to weeks to retrace that all the way back to the farm. But with Iotex, you'd be able to do that pretty much instantly, and that would save on throwing away so much food and things like that. That's just one thing that they're doing, and they have other use cases with the Navy and stuff like that. Pretty cool. I looked into it. It's probably one of the first coins I invested into, but I totally forgot I had it. I have to do some research. I haven't been keeping up with them, but that was the last time I did some research. That's what they were doing. Well, that's enough about that. Let's get into some TA on it. Short term, we did fall below the 382. RSI is tailing back down. We did have a slight bearish flip over on the MACD. We have been having bearish fake outs, it looks like, on these retracements. Slight bearish movement to a larger movement to the upside. For Iotex, we can't fall below 2.7 cents, or this uptrend we've been in since the 18th of June is invalid, and then we'll be in a downtrend. So as of right now, this green candle here has to break over the 382, and we have to work our way back up to 3.4 to continue this bullish scenario. Just judging by the RSI, though, we are getting into the overbought territory. And I mean, we've tagged it a couple times in May, and then we've had that retracement. So there's two different scenarios here, all dependent on the 382. If we break back above the 382, I'd be keeping an eye on a movement back up to this main support at 3 cents. If we don't end up breaking above that, I think we're heading down to the 618. So this is one of those if TAs, all dependent on the 382. I think the lowest we would go, though, is the 618. I don't think we'd touch the 786. That would give a decent sized movement to the downside, or a decent sized movement to the RSI to retrace, pick up some more fuel for continuation higher. So if I wanted to buy more Iotex, though, I always buy super, or put my buying order super low, lower than what I normally TA. So this is how I TA'd it, you know, bouncing down to the 618. I would put a buying order here at the 786, or this small support channel here at 2.4. I like trying to catch the wicks. I don't try to catch the body of the candles. So see, like right back here, I would put, if you put a buying order on the support, you would have caught this at 2.2 instead of up here at the body. So I try to catch the wicks. So if I wanted to buy this, I'd probably put a buying order at 2.45. But as we're talking right now, you can see this green candle is overtaking the 382. So it's starting to continue higher. So we could be entering an overbought on Iotex. So Alchemy Pay, man, this coin has lost me so much money. I'm just holding it now because there's no reason for me to sell, I guess. I don't even look at the charts on Alchemy Pay anymore. But Alchemy Pay is consolidating between the 786, 618 on the micro fib. I mean, we could even go like this and tighten it up a little bit tighter and say, hey, it's bounced between the 618, 382. Like I said, consolidation is a bullish thing, and usually we have a breakout from there, but I've seen Alchemy Pay consolidate so many times. Like you had an upwards consolidation here and it broke out, but normally if you just zoom out and look at all the consolidation Alchemy Pay has had, it usually ends up to the downside, unfortunately. I mean, they put several million coins in circulation a month, so inevitably it is consolidating. We do have a main support down here at 1 cent, which has held us up pretty much the entire month of June. We've tagged it once and twice, tagged the top of it 3 times. So honestly, I think Alchemy Pay is going down to the 786 area at 1.1, and then we'll assess the situation at that time. It's hard for me to be bullish on Alchemy Pay. I've been holding it for over a year and it's done nothing but shit the bed the entire time. And they've been making crazy partnerships and everything too, and every time they make a partnership, it just shits the bed. So with that, guys, if there's any coins you'd like me to chart, make sure you post them in in the chat. If there's I'd appreciate if you guys smash that like button. It really helps out my videos, gets them out to more people. So with that, let's jump into the next coin. What is the next coin? Good old ape. So this fib is actually still valid. I don't even remember when I drew it last. So we're currently testing the 618 right now on ape at 6.4. So this is your lifeline right now, is the 618. We currently touched 70 briefly on the RSI. MACD is about ready to flip bearish though, so that would indicate to me that we are going to be seeing some movement to the downside. So this upwards movement that we've been on since the 18th of June might start becoming invalid here. Not saying we can't get into the overbought territory. I mean, we've done it several times back here in April, but I would be very hesitant on buying into ape right now. I do see something like this happening for ape, back down to the 786, possibly testing this main support at 375. Man, I need to chart some bullish coins. I feel like all the coins I've charted tonight have been bearish. I swear I'm not in a bearish mood either. I promise you. Wow, that's a nasty drop. That's a 14% drop. Yeah, this 618 has to hold or you're going to have a nasty drop. Back down to the 780. There's no other support. There's no other support below the 618 besides the 786 at 397, which is a 14% drop. Yeah, so I'd be keeping a close eye on that 618. That is definitely your lifeline for ape right now. What's Solana been up to? So Solana's down 5.8% as well. So Solana also recently entered the overbought territory. So a lot of the coins are looking very similar, guys. A lot of coins are had that rally up, entered the overbought category, and they're going to be having their retracements right now, in my personal opinion. So that's why I think a lot of altcoins this week are going to be starting to see a slight pullback. Not dramatic, not all of them are going to be dramatic pullbacks, but I think altcoins are going to be having some pullbacks this week. So that's what I'm kind of actually hoping for, so I can pick up some more quant, is that pullback that I'm been seeing a lot of on a lot of these coins. So fib on this currently hold up to the 236. Next stop would be the 382 down here at 36. We can actually go all the way down to the main support and still maintain our bullish momentum that we've been in since June 13th. So this coin's been bullish since June 13th, making higher highs and higher lows. So we could actually head back down here to test this main support for continuation up to 45, and it still would be bullish because we did not make a lower low down here. The lowest low would be $33. I don't think we're heading down there. So for Solana, I currently do think we are going to be heading down. There's two different stops that we could be stopping at, the 382 or the main support. I'd be keeping an eye on the main support personally at $34.53. That would actually be beneficial for Solana right now, because the higher, if you make another higher high right now, it's going to invalidate this entire uptrend, and that's when you start running on fumes and you have that flash crash. So let's keep an eye on a retracement down to $34.50 for Solana, and then we might see that push up to $45 that everyone's been talking about. That would still maintain this bullish momentum that we've been on since June 13th, June 12th. So approximately a 9%, 10% drop before continuation higher. That's the worst case scenario I see. The main support for continuation higher for Solana. So on the vector space AI, vector space AI is not looking bad. This is a great definition of consolidation going on right here. The sideways movement. Let's chalk this up real quick. Whoops. Yeah. Not really. Not really a valid triangle, but we'll use it. So VXV actually isn't looking bad right now. Yes, the RSI is a little high, but this consolidation is actually intriguing to me. I could see an upside movement for VXV. I think we might be entering some overbought territory here pretty soon, especially after this massive capitulation to 16 on the RSI and the MACD starting to flatline. Let's draw a fib and see what type of movement we're going to be looking at here. Okay, and I think it's going to happen very soon, it looks like, if it does happen at all. Yeah, so this scenario might happen the next couple days. Do your own research. Don't go off a guy charting crypto on the internet. But I could be seeing an upside movement here. Not a green candle this high, but I think we might be seeing another breakout for VXV. I think we might be seeing another pop. First stop would be the main resistance at 68 cents, and then work our way up to this resistance channel right here. But I definitely could see some upside movement for VXV, approximately a 17% minimum up to this main resistance area. That would initiate an overbought on the RSI and then a retracement, but this consolidation looks bullish to me. So I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it. I think VXV is going up to around 68 cents. That is if we get over this 382. I do see this 382 here that we did get recently rejected at 64. But I think we are going to be seeing some upside movement for VXV, but it's going to be short-lived though. I mean, buy the bottom and sell the top of that pump. Like if you buy in now and you see that pump go up, don't get greedy, because it's not going to last, because you will be massively overbought and then a retracement back down. But I could definitely see this happening for VXV. So I'm actually going to rate VXV down because I want to take a look at this and see if I was actually right. I don't own any VXV, but out of all the charts I've looked at so far today, VXV is looking bullish in the short term. So LCX is down 1.3% at 6 cents, 950 million total, 561 million circulating, 35 million market cap. All-time high is 56 cents 8 months ago. All-time low is a million zeros and a 7 2 years ago. Imagine buying 2 years ago and then selling 8 months ago and getting 89,000% gain. Just shows you the power of hodling, guys. Those diamond hands pay off. Those diamond hands pay off. Crazy, 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 crazy. So let's get into some TA on this bad boy. Oh, I already. Man, this looks very similar. I was like, wait, did I just look at this? LCX, VXV. VXV is looking bullish. It's looking very similar to, I'm actually going to compare the two real quick just to see. I mean, they have nothing to do. I don't think they're even very similar to each other in a use case or anything like that, but I could be wrong. I could just be grasping at straws here right now. Yeah, but we're still having that same consolidation. I'm going to get rid of that. I don't know what I was looking at there. Grasping at straws, apparently. So as of right now, we're currently held up at this main support, which is also the 382 area. MACD is pretty much flatlined. RSI is tailing sideways, but we have been having a gradual upwards movement since June 13th. Yeah, since June 13th. So I'd be keeping an eye. This is your lifeline right here at 6. This main support 382 area is your lifeline at 6.3 cents. I do think we can be seeing some upside here, at least up to this area. We did enter the overbought territory back on June 10th, but we got massively overbought and had a massive retracement, so I'd be very careful. We do see some sort of upwards movement on this. It's not going to be super dramatic like this, and you will see a retracement. So there's two different scenarios here, all based off this main support 382 area. I'll give you the bullish one first. If you think we're going to be blasting off like this, it's definitely doable. The RSI is only at 55, so that would run us up to around 60. What would that be? 60, around 78. So 78 on the RSI would bring us up to tag this. Very similar to what we had here. We could be seeing another pump like this. Not trying to cause hopium or anything like that, but that was the 30% pump there. That would approximately be a 14% pump. Definitely doable. Definitely doable. So I'd be keeping an eye on a movement up to 7.3. That's the bullish scenario. The bearish scenario is if this double support doesn't hold, because it's on top of the 382, which is on top of the main resist or support. So it's acting as a double support for you guys. If we do break below that, we're heading down to the 618 at 5.7. So these scenarios, it's kind of an if TA. If this stays above this, this is going to happen. If it breaks below this, this is going to happen. This is all dependent on this 382 main support area. So I'd be keeping a very close eye on 6.4, where we're currently at our price right now. We can't fall below. Let's zoom in a little bit closer. What is this? This is 638. If we have a whole candle open and close below 638, then this downwards movement is going to be the case, down to 57 cents. If the next candle that starts in approximately 3 hours and 30 minutes is green and we start seeing some upwards movement, I'd be keeping an eye on a quick jump up to 7.3, but I think that would be a quick touch and then a retracement back down. Very similar to what we had back here. So this one's kind of a gamble on the short term. I could definitely see some upside movement on it though. Compared to some coins we looked at today that I couldn't see any movement to the upside, this definitely has the potential to tag 7.3 before a retracement, but not a whole lot. But I could definitely see a move up to 7.3 for a retracement back down to the support area on the short term. I haven't looked at API 3 in a hot minute. API 3 is going to be, or is trying to be, a competitor of Chainlink. The difference between API 3 and Chainlink, I'll show you guys. So API 3 is trying to do what Chainlink does, but also picks up on what Chainlink can't do. So it's trying to be a buffed up Chainlink. So Link right now, if you look at Link has a 1 billion max supply and 467 million in circulation. So not even half the coins are in circulation. So it's going to be hard for the price to take off with a lot of coins in circulation, right? The lower the circulating supply and the lower the market cap, the higher potential for profit there is. You can see it has a 3 billion market cap. If we look at API 3, API 3 only has a total supply of 113 million compared to 1 billion, and a circulating supply of 55 million compared to however many billion, and the market cap is only 91 million compared to 3 whatever billion. So you're picking up what I'm putting down there. More potential for profit here, but Link is more established. All-time high on this is 10.30 1 year ago. All-time low was also a year ago at $1.04. This coin's currently available on the following exchanges down here. So API 3 flipped bearish back here on the 25th of June. And I think we have a little bit more movement to the downside before we start moving away back up. But this has been bullish since the 13th of June, making higher highs and higher lows. So we could actually retrace down here for continuation up to 192. Let's draw some fibs on this and try to validate it. Yeah, so I'd be keeping an eye on a retracement to the 382 at around $1.57, 155 max for API 3. And then I think we'll be working our way up to battle it out, this 192 resistance area. This area has given us hell in the past. All month of May, we tried to get over it, and we finally got rejected and retraced, and we have not really battled it out there since. So I think we're working our way back up there, guys. I just think we're going to be having a slight retracement down to the 382 at 157, or 157 to 155 area, And then I think we'll be making a run up here to test this main resistance area, $1.92. That would actually be beneficial. It'd bring the RSI down and give us a nice running start. And judging by the MACD being bearish already, I think it's about ready to reverse once we hit that as well. So let's keep an eye on 157 to 155 for a bounce there and a continuation up to 192. I think that's the play for API 3. So Trias. So Trias down 4.1% at $1.30. Whoa, really small total supply of only 10 million. Half of that's in circulation. Extremely small market cap of only 6.5 million. So this is definitely a moonshot gamble coin. Coins with this low circulating supply and this small market cap can absolutely rip. So if this survives to the next bull market, I think this coin can make some serious gains in the next bull run if it's alive and stays and maintains until then. This is definitely a good setup for a moonshot gamble. All-time high was $31 a year ago. All-time low was 63 cents a year ago. It's currently available on these exchanges, the leader being KuCoin. So this actually isn't a bad moonshot gamble coin. It has all the makings to go. I'm actually going to write this coin down. I might toss a couple dollars in this bad boy and see what happens. Let's do some TA on it. Yeah, thanks for requesting this coin. Okay, wrote that down. Let's look into it. Oh, looks like I did chart it before. There's a fib on it somewhere. Well, I charted this way back on March. Had us bouncing off a 618 up here and continuing up. We did bounce off the 618 just a little bit sooner than I expected and did bounce up. So hey, look at that. My TA from March 30th is actually valid. Let's take a look at this. So as of right now, we're actually holding up on the main support right here at $1.23. If we zoom out, there really is no other support below that. So we'd kind of be in uncharted territory. So $1.23 is our lifeline right now for this coin. And with such a small market cap and small circulating supply, we could definitely see large swings on this coin. So let's just zoom in, blow this up a little bit and dissect it a little bit. So as of right now, we've been consolidating sideways. I'm going to draw a fib on this bottom to this top right here. You're currently holding support on the 786 right now. So there's two different scenarios going on that I could see. You just flipped bearish on the MACD, but if you look in the previous MACD, we're just kind of stagnant sideways, which means consolidation. Consolidation is a bullish thing. It just means people are willing to accumulate that coin at the same price for a long period of time. And eventually, all the coins at that price will dry up, which inevitably causes the price to go up. So there's two different areas that we need to keep an eye on here. The 786, which we're currently at $1.30. If we do fall below that, we have a main support here at $1.23. Below that's uncharted territory. So if we go down there, we're gonna have to assess the situation. Probably look at some other charts to try to get some data, but just going off of this chart here, a retracement would actually be beneficial for this. I think it'd bring the RSI down. So I think we'd actually fall below the 786 and touch 123 again, $1.23, and then work our way up towards 618 and just continue doing this consolidation between these two. Inevitably though, if this does survive the bear market, I could see some large movements on this coin during the next bull run, which isn't going to be for a while, but now's the time to stack coins, guys. Now's the time to be stacking them. Short term for this though, I'd be expecting a slight pullback for a continuation up to the 618. Let's keep an eye on approximately a 5% drop. That's the worst case scenario, a 5% drop for a continuation higher. If we do end up breaking, where are we sitting right now? Did we break the 786 yet? We're currently exactly on the 786 right now. So if we end up not falling below the 786, I believe the next step would be the 618. So it's all dependent on the 786 right here, but inevitably I don't think we're going to be breaking above the 618 anytime soon. I think we're still going to be working on some consolidation between this main support and the 618 area, which isn't a bad thing. And eventually, once that consolidation comes to a peak, we will see some movement to the upside, I think. So Trias long term, I'd say I'd be bullish on it if it survived the bear market. Short term, I think it's just consolidating for the next week or so before it has a breakout, possible breakout. URUS. Well, this is another one of those moonshot gamble coins. Where are you finding these coins, man? Where are you finding these coins? This one, yeah. This one actually looks like a better play than the other one in my opinion. So 1 million total supply. 455,000 circulating, 8.3 million. Yeah, this one's definitely a better moonshot gamble than the other one. So if I had to pick between the two, this is the one I'd probably put my money in. Without knowing the utility or anything behind it, which is a very dangerous thing to toss money in a coin that you haven't done research in. So the all-time high on this was $285 8 months ago, and the all-time low was $1.28. Max compared to the market cap. So they haven't put any coins in circulation. They put a little bit more in. They put a little bit more in at the end of March, but not a whole lot. I mean, this is a crazy low circulating supply with this market cap. Definitely a gamble. Definitely a gamble, but the potential for profit on this is huge if it survives this bear market. If it survives, you could easily surpass this all-time high during the next bull run. So this is a pretty interesting. So hit the all-time high, all-time low. You currently can buy it on KuCoin, PancakeSwap, Gate.io. 24-hour trading value is 409,000. So there's decent sized trades. I mean, not massive amounts of movement, but yeah, this is a nice moonshot gamble coin right here. So this has been bullish since 18th of June, like a lot of coins. RSI is still reaching pretty high. MACD did just flip bearish, but I do think this coin is going to be continuing up after it has a slight retracement. I do think we are going to be dropping down to around the $17 range. That might not be a bad opportunity to accumulate some more coins. That would validate this ladder up effect that you've had with higher highs, higher lows. We could be seeing something like this. Let me draw a fib on this and see what those areas would be. So I could draw two different ones here. I can draw one from here to here, or I can draw one from here to the high up here. And I think this is what we're to go off of right now. So for this coin right now, I'd be keeping an eye on the 786 main support area. I do think we are going to be heading down here. Almost can guarantee it. I can't guarantee anything, but I would bank on it coming back down to the 786 main support area. Once we head down there, again, I just messed up my MACD. That is what it is. So once we head back down to the 1706, I think that would be our bounce point for a continuation up to approximately the 0.5 at around $20 to $21. And that's gonna be a very difficult price range to get over those round numbers. But I can definitely be seeing a bounce from $17 heading up to $20, which is approximately a 24% pump once we hit this main support at $17. So, still bullish. I mean, we could actually go all the way down to $16.50 and still be bullish. We just can't fall below $15.85. If we fall below $15.85, then this uptrend gradual uptrend that we've been in since the 18th of June is invalid. If we fall below that, there's no other price history to go off of, so we'll be in price discovery. But on the short term, I do think we are heading down to around $17 and then looking for making a new higher high and continue this higher high, higher low type scenario. So something like this could definitely be the play. So slight retracement and then a movement upwards. So if I wanted to get into this coin, which I might toss a couple hundred in, $17 would be the buy-in. I'm just gonna do some research on it though. But this setup right here is perfect. This is exactly the coins that I look for my Moonshot Gamble coins. High risk, but definitely high reward for sure. Hang on, I gotta grab a pen. My pen dried up. This is why I like doing these live stream with you guys. You guys show me a lot of interesting coins I've never heard of before. So out of all the new coins I looked at tonight, I'm interested in this one the most. Thanks for shouting it out. I'm definitely gonna look into this one because this could definitely make some money if it survives. Oh yeah. With that, if I did get in this coin, I'd probably put a buy-in order at $17. So with that, guys, I have time to chart one more coin tonight. Who wants the last coin charted on the live stream? Put them in the comments below. I'd also appreciate if everyone smashed that like button. It would really help out my video, really help out the channel. It would help me get out to more people. And I just love doing TAs and finding new coins with you guys. Like we found a couple new ones here at the end. So my hope, I know this isn't bearish or isn't when moonish. My hope is that BTC is going to be coming down to test the support. Yeah, I did Casper. I did Casper about 3 or 4 coins ago. I'll just look over it real quick. Try to remember what I was talking about. I don't even remember what I charted it on. I think it was this. Yeah, this is what I'm seeing for Casper. Like I said, we just flipped bearish on the MACD. RSI was overbought. So a retracement would actually be beneficial for this coin. It would still validate its bullish movement higher. We would have to bounce at the 382 though for the continue the bullish, because you can see we're making higher highs and higher lows, and that would be the higher high, higher low scenario. So for the short term, keep an eye on the 382 at around 28 cents. I do think we are heading down there. So that's approximately a 3% drop, and that would be your life support. So that is the bullish scenario, unfortunately, a retracement down to the 382. The bearish scenario though is if the 382 doesn't hold, then this whole uptrend is not going to hold, and then we're going to be seeing a nasty drop down to 26 cents, in my personal opinion. So this 382 has to hold right here at 28 cents. Otherwise we're dropping down to 26, which would be a nasty drop. That'd be 11% drop, which I could see. So short term, I'm bearish on it. You definitely need to reset on the RSI. We're overbought. MACD just started flipping bearish as well. So prepare for some downward movement before we continue higher. So BTC, like I said, I am looking for a retracement back down here to around 20,000. We've pretty much been consolidating since the 21st of June. MACD did just flip bearish. RSI starting to tail down as well. So a pullback here could definitely be the case for a bump back up to 22. If we come back down here, that would give me my $52 quant that I'm looking for. So personally, this week is going to tell a story of if I'm right or not about this Bitcoin heading back down to around the $20,000 range, which would be a 5% drop. That's what I'm looking for on Bitcoin. I mean, if we just go by closes and not the wicks, we did break the slight uptrend we've been in since the 18th of June. So, not saying it's going to happen, but I'd be keeping an eye on a close movement down to 20,000 Bitcoin this week to test the support. At least that's what I'm banking on. I have buy-in orders across the board, all banking on if Bitcoin hits 20,000. So Bridge. Are you talking about the Bridge dollar, or are you talking about, I think you're probably talking about this one, right? Bridge Network. So Bridge Network is up 0.3% at 19 cents, 500 million total, 37 million circulating. So, not a lot in circulation compared to total supply, but not bad compared to the total supply is only 500 million. Extremely small market cap of only 7 million. All-time high was 61 cents 1 month ago. Whoa, this hit an all-time high a month ago? That's crazy. All-time high 1 month ago, all-time low 2 months ago. Coin came out April of 2022. Currently available on these exchanges. So I don't know if I'll be able to find a chart for this. Unfortunately, I don't have my my DEX viewer pulled up on this live stream. Stupid me. I might be able to find that on the DEX wallet, but next live stream I'll make sure I have my other charting software uploaded. So the coins that we can't find on TradingView are usually on that software. But we'll see if Bridge is on here. Okay, so we got some Uniswap charts that we could probably use. Let's just see how they look. Hopefully they don't look like crap. Yeah, choppy. So that's what I thought. Yeah, sorry, man. I can't do it on TradingView and I don't have my other software pulled up. If you, I don't know if, oh yeah, you are part of the Discord. Just post it in the request on the Discord and I can, I'll do it on my DEX charting software and I'll upload it as a video. So just put it as a request in the charting request on the Discord and I'll be sure to get that video out for you. So with that, guys, I am going to end the live stream. I appreciate everybody that came out tonight. If you guys could give a thumbs up on this video, that would be fantastic. If you guys like what I do and want to support the channel, you can also become a member by heading over to my homepage and clicking on the subscribe. Chef Natron, who is not on the live stream, has subscribed. Beanbag has also bought some NFTs. I also sell some NFTs, which gives you some sort of perks in the Discord. Gives you some perks in the Discord, gives you special names, gives you perks with the NFTs that you hold. As this channel grows, I'm hoping that those NFTs become more valuable and more perks will come to those NFTs as this channel grows. So I appreciate everyone that came out tonight. I will stay on the chats for a little bit. If you guys have any coins that you would like me to chart that I didn't get into the live stream, make sure you join my Discord channel. You'll find the link below in the description. I have a charting request on there. You can post them on there and I'll post videos on my channel of those charting requests. I'm also on there daily chatting with everybody. It's a great group of people. So make sure you check out my Discord channel. You'll find the link below in the description. A lot of good information on that Discord channel. So I appreciate everyone who came out today. I will be hanging around in the chats for a little bit. I'll catch you guys next time on my live stream. Thank you, everyone.